everybody, it's your girl Tiffany Monique here, and I'm hitting you up with another story time. Yes, this is about the time when I got into a fight at a gospel concert. I was attacked, y'all. I felt so violated. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm not being petty. The reason why I'm telling this story is because I have a message out of it, right? And that's how I'll be giving you stories. Like, there has to be some moral to it. Alright, it's November 2013. Yes, it was actually the day that my graduation day from UWI. There was a concert going on, right, in Kingston, and I said, you know what, like, I'm in Kingston, let me just go to this concert and, you know, just enjoy myself. And I had asked my brother to follow me, but he said he would meet me there after. So my friend was going to meet me there, and you know, so I went in and I was there by myself for a little while, and I don't really know people, so I was standing up by myself, and then my friend Monique came, and then my friend Shine came. I think Shine was there too, right? And a couple others. My brother had not reached us yet. Anyway, I remember the concert was going on, and then people started, more people started coming in. Then there were a couple artists on stage, and I remember I had spotted this YouTuber, very popular YouTuber, by the way, and I said to my friend Monique, I was like, oh my god, that is so and so. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, you think I should say hi? You think I should? Because at that time I was subscribed to her channel, and I used to love how she did her videos. And so I was like, oh my god, I wonder if I should tell her hi and that I'm a fan and all of that. And my Monique was like, if you want to do it, do it. But then me being the shy person that I am, I didn't. So I didn't go up to her, but I remember they took a break. Now my favorite artist was going to be, one of my favorite artists was going to be singing that night, Papa San. And you guys know Papa San, right? Because I have put up a vlog where I was at his concert going on crazy, so I'll link that down below if you guys haven't seen that. But I love me some Papa San, right? So I said to my friends around the back, say, yo, I'm going to go up the front because, yo, I'm like Papa San's #1 fan, and I have to be at the top, and I have to be dancing and doing the most. So they said, okay, you can go on, but they're not going to follow me. So I said, okay. So I went up. Now I went up by the railing, like there's the railing right there, and I went up by the railing, and I was leaning on the railing. They had taken a break, so you know, this DJ was playing some songs, and people were going to get food, whatever. So when I walk up to the railing now, a girl comes up to me and she says, and just the way how she came up to me, right? She was like, excuse me, but that's my sister's spot. So I laugh because I'm like, this can't be real. She must be joking, right? She's joking. I'm like, excuse me? And she says, yeah, that's my sister's spot. She's going to be standing there. She just left to go and do something, but that's her spot. Now I'm like, isn't this a public place? Isn't this a railing? So I said, oh, okay. And I stayed there. Yes, I did. I didn't move. So anyway, I'm there, right? And then I hear quarreling behind me, like, she take his spot, she take his spot. So the sister came up now, and she was like, that's my spot. So I was like, oh, no, serious? I'm not serious, right? And I think I needed to be filled with a little more of the Holy Ghost, you know, where I should have just probably moved and just let them, you know, but I wasn't, right? And I was already upset about some things happening in my life at the time, so you know, so I was being petty. So I stood there and I'm like, I'm not moving. And then I hear them quarreling around the back, but I don't pay them attention. Anyway, somebody comes on here and say, okay, introducing Papa San. So you know, I'm like, Papa San. So Papa San comes on stage and he's singing, and I'm like, and I'm singing with Papa San and singing it word for word, everyone I'm sung them. and they're dancing and then bouncing into me, but I'm ignoring it, right? Anyway, Stephen calls me in the middle of Papa Son's performance, right? Stephen calls and says, yo, he's outside, and I had his pass to come in. So I'm like, why Stephen have to call me now? No, them go get the spot. So I said to Stephen, yo, alright, I come in. So I turn around now to leave, and I'm like, okay, you can have the spot. Miss, who did tell me if you go talk to the girl? Honey? Yeah, this girl comes up to me and boop, use her finger and push me in on my forehead like my head went back. And I got so mad, I couldn't believe someone ready for attack her, and then her sister them jump in front of the set up like them dancing. That time Papa Son is singing on the stage, and so people not gonna really know, but a few people caught the rate that something was going on, and her friend them, like her sister and her couple of friends, start jumping in front of me, like creating a barrier between me and her, so I couldn't grab her. Right, but I was so mad. If them never, God made them create the barrier, because if they didn't, I would have grabbed her by her hair. I'm telling you, y'all, anger would have taken over. I would have grabbed this girl by her hair, and I would have knocked her face on the railing. And I'm still trying to get to her, and a girl, I know this must be an angel. This girl must be an angel. I don't know who she is. I never even got a pic. I didn't remember how her face looked, and she grabbed me aside and she was like, I mean, that time people were watching, you know, right? And she was like, don't react. I saw what happened, right? I saw that they attacked you, but don't react. It's crazy. Don't react. Don't let nobody draw you out. And I was like, oh, I can't believe it. And she said, I know, I saw what happened, but just calm down. Don't react. I remember, I think I was saying to some people, like, who is responsible for these girls? Who's responsible for these girls? And I mean, yo, they obviously had a clique there, because the shade I was getting from people around me, people were like, who are you? Like, why are you in our territory? Like, girl, bye. I mean, I was getting so much shade from people, yo. Like, you would think, say, them just never like me from morning. And I mean, I went around the back and I said to my friend Monique and the other friends that were, I said, a girl fight me, she just pushed me in on my forehead, and everybody was like, what? And I'm like, yes. So anyway, I go for Steven outside. Steven come in and I tell him what happened. I call my parents and I'm like, Daddy and Mommy, you won't believe what just happened, right? And Mommy's like, what? Right? And me telling, yo, you see, if God never saved me, if God did not save me, yo, I would have been a really bad person, right? Because, yo, I went to the point of thinking of some people that I know, right? Some bad man, women know that they always say to us, yo, nobody can do nothing to you in the streets, you know. They can't do anything to you guys in the streets because we have your back. Now, mind you, we ministering to these people, right? Telling them about God. So how could I want to call them and say, yo, a girl just violate, a girl just this? So, you know, anyway, I said, no, I'm going to call the police because these girls must get locked up today. They must get locked up. How could... Yo. So anyway, I go back inside and Steven say, he... And I said, yo, the girl's somewhere up there. So I said, show me her, but we couldn't find her. Anyway, I just decided, you know what? Lord, I'm going to stay around the back, right? And I'm not going to say anything. Mommy called me and said, Tiffy, let it go. Forgive them. Move on. God will deal with them. God will deal with them. Right? And I'm like, okay. Okay. And I'm saying, unfan me, please, because I can't believe this just happened to me. Anyway, at the end of the concert now, the girl walks over, the girl who pushed me in my forehead, she walks over to my friend Monique. And I'm like, Monique, that's the girl. Right? But I said to Steven, that's the girl. And then she started looking over my side and like she cut in her eye. And Stephen just started saying, God bless you. And he's like, she said, oh. And she said, God bless you, so me catch the rake. So she not like when we said that. So I said, God bless you. God bless you. Bless you. And she's like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Don't say anything to me. I'm like, God bless you. Yo. Until she finally walked off. Then I heard that she was, you know, like a pastor's daughter. And I'm like, I need to talk to her father or her mother then. But nobody wanted to show me who her parents were. Anyway, I went home that day and I was like, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe that happened. Let it go. Left from Kingston, went back to Montego Bay. That's time that I was living in Moby at the time. And me and my friend, right, Francia, were watching YouTube. This YouTuber that I saw, and I was telling my friend, I told her about the fight, but anyway, I was like, yo, I saw so and so. Well, I didn't tell her hi, and she said, and then we went on her YouTube and we were watching her YouTube videos, and she had uploaded a new one. And then I see the girl in her video and I'm like, Francia, look. And Francia is like, is she that? I'm gonna say yes. Then on top of it, they're talking about it, and they were like the person said to her, yo, me here say if I have one girl at a gospel concert the other day, and everybody's laughing, and I'm like, what? I loved you, girl. Now you gonna be talking about me? So, you know, I unsubscribed. Yes, I unsubscribed from her. I was like, okay, y'all gonna laugh about this? Goodbye. I know it didn't really make a difference, you know. Losing one subscription, oh well. And I did subscribe back to her eventually. But anyway, yo, I could not believe it. It's been 2 years. So, fast forward to last month, a couple months ago, December, when we went to a concert to sing at. Now, I had not seen this girl again, right? I remember the fight like it was yesterday. Yo, it bothered me so much. It bothered me so much. I had to pray about it seriously. Even after so long, I had to be praying about it. Every time I remembered, I had to pray about it because I'd feel the bitterness come back in my heart. And it's like, God, I'm asking you to deal with my heart because these people really hurt me, right? And I remember we went to this concert and to sing at. And when I walk backstage, people, I see the girl. Now, I have not seen her in 2 years. And I see her and I'm like, my heart was just like, yo, I could not believe it. I was like, oh my God. And we're supposed to go up on stage in like 10 minutes. And then she's standing up beside my mother and I whisper to mommy and I'm like, mommy, that's the girl that did fight me. That's the girl that did fight me. And mommy said, what? She's like, just leave it alone, calm down. I'm like, okay. So I pretend as if I don't know them. Yes, I pretend as if I didn't remember them, I didn't know who they were, and I know for sure my brother did not remember them. Anyway, we went up and we sang and we came off the stage, and I go back and sit down, and then I see her go up to Steven and I talk to Steven. So I'm like, what is she saying to him? And I didn't remind Steven. So anyways, when Steven finished talking to her, I was like, I'm trying not to make it look obvious. I'm like, Steven, you know who that was, right? And Steven said, no, who? When she came up to him, he was like, yo, I know your face from somewhere, but I can't remember from where. It was like, the girl that did fight me off 2 years ago. And he's like, yo. I was like, yo, calm down. We don't want to make it obvious. Leave it alone. Anyway, the concert ends. So my father and my brother walk off to the vehicle, right? And I wanted to hail a friend. So I told him, like, I'll be right there. Just give me a couple of minutes. So when I'm waiting on my friend to come off of the stage, these two girls come up to me. The same two girls that were the butcher be number 4 that fight me walk up to me. And so I get very defensive because I'm like, what is this? You know, so they come up to me and they don't say nothing and they just quickly start talking and they're like, hi, hi. And I'm like, hi. and they're like, oh my gosh, you are so pretty, you're so beautiful, oh my gosh, I love your hair is like so awesome. That time I had in the yarn braids, and they're like, oh, you're so pretty, you're so I'm like, oh, thank you. I was shocked. And then they're like, you have such an unforgettable face. And I'm like, sure, I'm sure I do. And they're like, where are you at? Before they could finish, in my mind, I'm thinking that they're bringing up back that concert 2 years ago, right? So I'm ready to say, so they're like, where are you at? And then they call a different concert. Where you at this concert the other day? And I was like, oh, yeah, I was. And like, okay, I know I saw you. I know I saw you there. You have an unforgettable face. I'm like, well, you surely shouldn't forget it because you did push me in my forehead. I didn't say that to them, but I was just like, okay, thanks. So I'm like, are you two sisters? You two look alike. And they're like, oh, stop it. Yo. And I was so shocked. But you know what? You know what that did for me? That, I think God allowed that to happen. Listen, my grandmother always tell me, play fool to catch wise. Right? The Bible says, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Right? So I did not in any way make them think that I remembered them for fighting me. And I have seen them after that, and we hail each other, we say hello. And one of them added me on Facebook, and I accepted her. Right? And you know what? I have no hard feelings towards her. Like, seriously, no hard feelings. I have forgiven her. I have let it go. But this is just to show you that, you see, when your ways please God, He will make your enemies at peace with you, right? And God's revenge is sweeter than any reaction, because I know that had I reacted, right, and had that girl not intercepted, right, and come in and tell me, don't, leave it alone, I would have probably ended up box the girl, lick her head into the rail and all sorts of something. Then the whole her friend would have ganged me, and it would have, and then knowing who my father is, and said, but so and so daughter is, and aren't these people ministers of the gospel? And yeah, it would have been horrible. So you know what? God just allowed them to come back to me and be like, oh, you're so pretty. And I mean, I don't know if them just totally forget what had happened, right? Or if they just saw that they thought that I didn't remember, because I just acted as if I didn't know them at all, right? And when I saw them, when I walked into the concert, it made me realize that I still had those hard feelings towards them, walking in and seeing them there, right? But then the Lord just allowed, because I prayed about it, the Lord just allowed them to come to me, right? They didn't apologize, they didn't even bring up the whole thing, but you know what they said? You're beautiful, love your hair, all of that. And it's like, that just took away every hard feeling. So I was able to see them at another concert just the other day and hail them, right? I was able to accept her on Facebook when she sent the friend request, because I have no hard feelings, you know? Just to say to you guys out there, when people do you wrong, know that if you leave it alone, if you don't react out of anger and you leave it to God, God will vindicate you. And He has vindicated me in another story that I'm not ready to tell as yet, and I don't know if I'll ever be ready to tell it. Just trust God. Trust God. Leave it alone. Leave it up to God. It could take years. It took 2 years. 2 years for this to happen. And you know what? I feel amazing now. Even if these girls watch this video, I forgive them, right? And there is absolutely no hard feelings. I just had to tell the story, you know? I ain't being petty. I just had to tell the story, right? We're good. And I have not reminded them that, because we don't talk like that, right? But I don't. But yo, God is good. Yeah, that's my story. Britt, tell me what you would do if you were in my situation and these girls came up to you. Like, how would you react? Would you remind them of what they did 2 years ago, or would you just play along with it and let it go, as I did, right? And also, I'd like to hear other similar stories. But yeah, this was the time, y'all, when I got into a fight at a gospel concert. Alright guys, so I'll talk to you and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share it with your friends. Bye guys, God bless you, and I'll see you next time.